लोगों के पिछले 1 साल के अंदर 60% लोगों के वीडीसी के वेपन्स को विड्रॉ किया गया। आप ये मान के चलिए एक यूटी के अंदर 2 पॉलिसीज कभी नहीं हो सकती। ये षड्यंत्र किन लोगों ने रचा है, किन लोगों ने यहाँ से गाँव के लोगों के वीडीसी के वेपन्स को विड्रॉ कराया है, इसकी जाँच होनी चाहिए। सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज को अपना फेलियर एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए। 4 जो हमारी जाने गई, जो शहादतें रात को हुई वो टेररिज्म अटैक के अंदर हुई, लेकिन वहाँ पे सर्च नहीं की गई, वहाँ पे डॉग स्क्वाड नहीं लाए गए, सर्चिंग के इक्विपमेंट्स नहीं लाए गए। जो सुबह हमारी 2 जाने गई हैं वो कोल्ड ब्लडेड मर्डर है,
वो लापरवाही में गई है।
कोल्ड ब्लडेड मर्डर है, वो मर्डर इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के नाम पे है। इन लोगों की लापरवाही के कारण हमारी वो 2 शहादतें हुई हैं। इनको अपनी जिम्मेवारी को, अपने फेलियर को एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए। और मेरी केंद्र की सरकार से ये पुनः आग्रह रहेगा कि आप आर्मी को, सेना को पुनः वहाँ पे स्थापित करें जहाँ जहाँ इनकी इंस्टॉलेशन पहले थी। वीडीसी को फिर से एम्पावर किया जाए। इन लोगों से जो वीडीसी के वेपन छीने गए हैं ये उसी का नतीजा है कि आज हम कभी राजौरी के अंदर अपनी जान है, डांगरी गांव के अंदर
में भी उल्लास भर गया था और पत्थरों में भी तरंगें उठने लगी थी। यह देखकर भारत की राष्ट्रीय एकता और अखंडता पर मेरा विश्वास और गहरा हो गया था। और वह केवल एक उद्घोष भर नहीं था, केवल एक जय जयकार भर नहीं था, बल्कि हमारे देश की संप्रभुता को अक्षुण्ण रखने का बीआरओ और सेना और आम नागरिकों का एक मिला जुला संकल्प था। वह एक विश्वास का उद्घोष था कि चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए पर हम भारत माता की आन बान शान पर किसी भी सूरत में आंच नहीं आने देंगे। मुझे उनके चेहरे पर खुशी साफ तौर पर दिखाई दे रही थी। उन्होंने बताया कि चाहे डेमचौक हो या डीएफ दौलत बेग ओल्डी सेक्टर, लद्दाख में रोड्स के डेवलपमेंट की गति, यह सब अभूतपूर्व है। पहले डेमचौक में लोगों को दर्रा पार करने के लिए घोड़ों और खच्चरों का इस्तेमाल करना पड़ता था, पर आज वे किसी भी वाहन से यात्रा कर सकते हैं। वैसे तो सुनने में यह बड़ी साधारण सी बात लगती है, पर जो लोग अब तक बिना किसी रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के अपनी जिंदगी बिताते आए हैं, उनके लिए यह डेवलपमेंट बहुत बड़ी बात है। साथियों, बदलती दुनिया, बदलते समय और राष्ट्रों के बदलते इंटरेस्ट के मद्देनजर किसी भी राष्ट्र को अपने आप को सतर्क रखना एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता है। दुनिया में आए दिन किसी न किसी प्रकार के कॉन्फ्लिक्ट की स्थिति, संघर्ष की स्थिति पैदा होती हुई दिखाई देती है। हालांकि भारत हमेशा युद्ध के खिलाफ रहा है और यही हमारे भारत की नीति रही है। और यह कोई आज की बात नहीं है। भारत एक ऐसा देश है जिसने कि पूरे विश्व को वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, यानी द होल वर्ल्ड इज फैमिली, यह संदेश दिया है। हमने भारत की सीमा में रहने वाले लोगों को ही अपने परिवार का सदस्य नहीं माना है, बल्कि पूरे विश्व की धरा पर रहने वाले लोगों को अपने परिवार का सदस्य मानने वाला दुनिया का इकलौता देश यदि कोई है तो हमारा और आपका देश यह भारत है। मैं आपको याद दिलाना चाहता हूं कि भगवान श्री राम ने हमें सिखाया है कि शस्त्र धारण किया जाता है तो शास्त्र अथवा धर्म व मर्यादा की रक्षा के लिए शस्त्र धारण किया जाता है। श्री राम ने हमें यह भी सिखाया है कि दूसरे देशों और राज्यों पर आधिपत्य के लिए युद्ध नहीं किया जाना चाहिए। लंका पर विजय पाने के बाद उन्होंने स्वयं राजा न बनकर न्याय संगत व्यवहार करते हुए विभीषण, जो उन्हीं के उत्तराधिकारी थे, उन्हीं को राजा बनाया था। भगवान बुद्ध ने भी हमें अहिंसा का ही पाठ पढ़ाया है। इसी महान विरासत के चलते भारत ने कभी भी कोई युद्ध अपनी तरफ से प्रारंभ नहीं किया और न ही किसी देश की 1 इंच जमीन पर भारत ने कभी कब्जा किया है। यदि कोई हमारी इस सदाशयता या शांति प्रियता को हमारी कमजोरी समझने लगे तो मैं उसे बताना चाहूंगा कि हम शांति के उपासक तो हैं ही, हम शक्ति के भी उपासक हैं। भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने भी श्रीमद् भागवत गीता में हमें धर्म की रक्षा के लिए, न्याय और सत्य की रक्षा के लिए युद्ध करने की प्रेरणा दी है। अभी कुछ समय पहले हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने दिस इज नॉट द एरा ऑफ वॉर यह कहकर भारत के संकल्प को पुनः साफ कर दिया है और दुनिया का ध्यान इस संकल्प की ओर उन्होंने आकर्षित किया है। यानी हम युद्ध में यकीन नहीं रखते, पर अगर हम पर युद्ध थोपा जाता है तो हमने उसका जमकर मुकाबला किया है और आगे करेंगे भी, इस पर भी हमारा पूरा यकीन है। इसके लिए हमें हमेशा तैयार रहना चाहिए और हम तैयार हैं। हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेस हमेशा इस बात को गंभीरता से ध्यान में रखती है और मुझे यह कहते हुए खुशी होती है कि बॉर्डर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सदैव उनके साथ कदम से कदम और कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चलता रहता है। साथियों, हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेस के जवान बड़ी संख्या में ऐसे इलाकों में तैनात होते हैं जहां पूरे साल ट्रांसपोर्ट की कोई सुविधा उपलब्ध नहीं हो पाती। खासकर ऐसे समय में जब ठंड बढ़नी शुरू होती है, कई इलाकों में रास्ते बर्फबारी के कारण बंद हो जाते हैं। ऐसे में ये सभी प्रोजेक्ट हमारी सेनाओं तक राशन और मिलिट्री इक्विपमेंट आदि पहुंचाने में कारगर साबित होंगे। मैं कह सकता हूं कि सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से हम जिस तरह दिन ब दिन मजबूत हुए हैं, उसमें बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा है। और साथियों, अभी कुछ समय पहले का उदाहरण आपके सामने रखना चाहूंगा। पिछले दिनों नॉर्दर्न सेक्टर में हमें जिन परिस्थितियों का सामना करना पड़ा और जिस प्रकार हम उसका दृढ़ता से मुकाबला करने में सक्षम रहे, वह बिना पर्याप्त इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल डेवलपमेंट यानी बुनियादी ढांचों के विकास के संभव नहीं हो सकता। ऐसी सिचुएशंस में हमें इन एरियाज के डेवलपमेंट के लिए और भी प्रेरित करती हैं। यह हमारे लिए गौरव का विषय है कि इन इलाकों के डेवलपमेंट के लिए हमारे पास बीआरओ जैसा एक डेडिकेटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। मेरे बहनों भाइयों, बॉर्डर एरियाज में रहने वाले लोगों के जीवन में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट से बहुत बड़ा अंतर आता है, यह मुझे बतलाने की जरूरत नहीं है। स्वाभाविक रूप से इसका अनुभव आप सबको होता होगा। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट को मैं आप सबके लिए और आप जैसे अन्य जो लोग हैं उनके लिए एक गेम चेंजर मानता हूं। आज हम मैदानी इलाकों में टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से रोड्स की जगह स्मार्ट रोड्स बना रहे हैं, पर अनेक बॉर्डर एरिया में आज भी रोड्स की किल्लत है, रोड्स की कमी है। यहां तक कि समुचित पगडंडियां भी लोगों को आने जाने के लिए उपलब्ध नहीं है। अनेक ऐसे दुर्गम स्थान हैं जिन्हें सरकार द्वारा शुरू की गई विभिन्न वेलफेयर स्कीम्स के साथ साथ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन, एजुकेशन और हेल्थ जैसी बेसिक सिविक एमिनिटी प्राप्त करने के लिए कनेक्टिविटी की आवश्यकता है। मेरे बहनों भाइयों, हमारा पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन अपनी खूबसूरती और नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज से भरपूर होने के बावजूद लंबे समय तक विकास की धारा से यह कटा रहा है। कभी सिक्योरिटी इश्यूज के नाम पर, तो कभी कनेक्टिविटी न होने की वजह से आजादी के दशकों बाद भी यह क्षेत्र विकास को दूर अपनी मूलभूत जरूरतों तक से यह वंचित रहा है। इसके कारण यहाँ की अर्थव्यवस्था भी काफी प्रभावित रही है। इस संबंध में हमारा मानना है।
And still to come on Republic TV, the NIA team is now in Rajouri.
Yet another incident of Stampede was reported from Guntur, where the TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu was the chief guest here. Well, it was a program of a foundation. This is the very ground, and there was a huge cry over the gifts being distributed at the back end, and this is the very place where a lot of movement, and that is why we see that 3 people have lost their life, and also at the same time several others are said to be injured, and they are undergoing treatment at the hospital.
Right now we are in the Dangri village where the cordon and the search operations are on, where the terrorists have taken away the lives of 4 Hindu civilians after identifying them via their ID cards, and intensified searches are underway. Those terrorists, the security forces are trying to identify at an earliest and also to neutralize them. The Indian Army has been deployed in every nook and the corner of the area.
There is a huge crowd of people who have come and they are demanding justice for Anjali. They are saying that they are not convinced by the police theory. They feel that Anjali was actually assaulted and then brutally murdered. Again, dramatic visuals being seen. The protesters have just surrounded the car. They are just banging the car of this official. So you can see that they have banged the vehicle and they have broken the windshield, and you can see the official is running away. The official is running away.
एलजी साहब इस्तीफा दो। हाथ में पोस्टर लेकर के लगातार आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, नेता और तमाम लोग जो हैं वो यहाँ पर प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। लगातार पुलिस उनको रोकने की कोशिश कर रही है, एक बैरिकेड को तोड़ने की लगातार कोशिश की जा रही है। यहाँ से ड्रोन के माध्यम से इन तमाम लोगों की रिकॉर्डिंग भी की जा रही है। और यहाँ पर तस्वीरें देखिए, यहाँ पर जो है वाटर कैनन जो है वो शुरू हो चुका है। जो लोग हैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं हटाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। का एक इतना बड़ा धमाका हुआ है, उसी घर में धमाका जो है हुआ है। ये बच्चा जो है, इसे भी यहाँ पर माइनर इंजरीज जो है वो यहाँ पर आई हैं। आप देखिए, भारतीय सेना जो है वो यहाँ पे इंजर्ड्स को लेकर जा रही है। ये देखिए, इंजर्ड्स को यहाँ पर लेकर जाया जा रहा है। 2 महिलाएं घायल हुई हैं और एक बच्चे को मामूली तौर पर चोटें जो हैं वो आई हैं। अब भारतीय सेना की एम्बुलेंस में डालकर जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस के जवान जो है वो उन्हें यहाँ पर रेस्क्यू कर रहे हैं।
Yet another incident of Stampede was reported from Guntur, where the TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu was the chief guest here. Well, it was a program of a foundation. This is the very ground, and there was a huge cry over the gifts being distributed at the back end, and this is the very place where a lot of
कि जो मीडिया की लड़कियां, जर्नलिस्ट इस खबर की सच्चाई को निकालने थाने पहुंची, उनको पुलिस के जेंट्स लोगों ने मैन हैंडल किया, बदतमीजी की, धक्का मुक्की की, और वो टीवी पे वीडियो पे साफ मौजूद है। तो कमिश्नर साहब ने कहा कि हम उसको देख रहे हैं, मगर व्यवहार सीपी साहब का अच्छा था, मगर कोई ठोस बात उन्होंने नहीं की कि डीसीपी के ऊपर क्या एक्शन लेंगे और अपने पुलिस वालों के ऊपर क्या एक्शन लेंगे। हमें उम्मीद थी कि वो कोई ठोस बात दिल्ली के लोगों को बताएं कि किन लोगों को बर्खास्त करेंगे और किन लोगों को सस्पेंड करेंगे। और ये सवाल हम एक बार पूछ सके, आप लोग ये सवाल बार बार पूछिएगा।
सर, क्या दिल्ली सरकार फैमिली की जो विक्टिम है उसकी फैमिली को राहत पैकेज या सांत्वना के तौर पर कोई उनकी फैमिली में?
देखिए, मुख्यमंत्री जी ने कहा है कि इस फैमिली की हर संभव मदद की जाएगी। बच्ची की मां जो है वो बीमार है, उनको किडनी की समस्या है, उनकी भी मदद की जाएगी, आर्थिक मदद भी की जाएगी। और मुख्यमंत्री जी ने प्रोसिक्यूशन डिपार्टमेंट को ये कह दिया है, दिल्ली का सबसे बढ़िया क्रिमिनल लॉयर उस लड़की को दिया जाएगा, ताकि अगर पुलिस की कुछ कमियां भी हों तो उस कमियों को जो है हम पार पा सकें। मगर एक बात मैं आप सभी क्राइम के रिपोर्टर्स को कहना चाहता हूं, एक बार एफआईआर को कमजोर कर दिया जाए तो हाई कोर्ट हो या सुप्रीम कोर्ट हो, उसको फिर कोई ठीक नहीं कर सकता। और ये काम जो है कल उन अफसरों ने किया, एक बच्ची की एफआईआर को, जो बच्ची आज दुनिया में नहीं है, उसकी एफआईआर को इस तरीके से कमजोर किया, 15 घंटे तक पोस्टमार्टम को डिले किया।
का एक इतना बड़ा धमाका हुआ है, उसी घर में धमाका जो है हुआ है। ये बच्चा जो है, इसे भी यहाँ पर माइनर इंजरीज जो है वो यहाँ पर आई हैं। आप देखिए, भारतीय सेना जो है वो यहाँ पे इंजर्ड्स को लेकर जा रही है। ये देखिए, इंजर्ड्स को यहाँ पर लेकर जाया जा रहा है। 2 महिलाएं घायल हुई हैं और एक बच्चे को मामूली तौर पर चोटें जो हैं वो आई हैं। अब भारतीय सेना की एम्बुलेंस में डालकर जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस के जवान जो है वो उन्हें यहाँ पर रेस्क्यू कर रहे हैं।
Yet another incident of Stampede was reported from Guntur, where the TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu was the chief guest here. Well, it was a program of a foundation. This is the very ground, and there was a huge cry over the gifts being distributed at the back end, and this is the very place where a lot of movement, and that is why we see that 3 people have lost their life, and also at the same time several others are said to be injured and they are undergoing treatment at the hospital.
Right now we are in the Dangri village where the cordon and the search operations are on, where the terrorists have taken away the lives of 4 Hindu civilians after identifying them via their ID cards, and intensified searches are underway. Those terrorists, the security forces are trying to identify at an earliest and also to neutralize them. The Indian Army has been deployed in every nook and the corner of the area.
There is a huge crowd of people who have come and they are demanding justice for Anjali. They are saying that they are not convinced by the police theory. They feel that Anjali was actually assaulted and then brutally murdered. Again, dramatic visuals being seen. The protesters have just surrounded the car. They are just banging the car of this official. So you can see that they have banged the vehicle and they have broken the windshield, and you can see the official is running up.
And we're now cutting across to pictures that we are getting from Rajouri, where NIA officials are visiting the attack site. Gursimran is bringing us details on this. Gursimran, we are given to understand that it is quite possible that the NIA could be leading this probe.
Yes, very likely that the National Investigation Agency at a later stage will be handed over with the probe, and now the officials of the NIA, they have reached the spot, including the senior officials from the National Investigation Agency. The senior IPS officer is heading the NIA team that is here to carry out a parallel investigation, and this is with regard to the twin terror attacks that have taken place. First, it was firing at the 3 houses of the minority community in which 4 people from the Hindu community got killed, followed by an ID blast that has taken place yesterday morning at around 9:40. It is the same place. If Sarjeevan can show you that this is the exact place where this ID was kept under a bucket. We have also access to those videos, 3 videos that were taken minutes before the ID attack, that how it was kept under the red color bucket, and these 2 sites, these 2 concrete sites have stopped the explosion, otherwise it would have caused major damage. 2 miners have lost their life and 8 others were injured, and the extent of the intensity of the ID can also be seen with the damage it has caused. All the window panes have been shattered and also a visible impact on the rooftop. The teams of the National Investigation Agency are here at the ground zero carrying out an investigation, a parallel investigation that is being carried out. We'll be continuing with this coverage right after the short break.
This is Abhishek Kapoor reporting from New Delhi, and this is Republic.
एलजी साहब इस्तीफा दो, हाथ में पोस्टर लेकर के लगातार आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, नेता और तमाम लोग जो हैं वो यहाँ पर प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। लगातार पुलिस उनको रोकने की कोशिश कर रही है, एक बैरिकेड को तोड़ने की लगातार कोशिश की जा रही है। यहाँ से ड्रोन के माध्यम से इन तमाम लोगों की रिकॉर्डिंग भी की जा रही है। और यहाँ पर तस्वीरें देखिए, यहाँ पर जो है वाटर कैनन जो है वो शुरू हो चुका है। जो लोग हैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं हटाने की कोशिश की जा रही है।
का एक इतना बड़ा धमाका हुआ है, उसी घर में धमाका जो है हुआ है। ये बच्चा जो है, इसे भी यहाँ पर माइनर इंजरीज जो हैं वो यहाँ पर आई हैं। आप देखिए, भारतीय सेना जो है वो यहाँ पे इंजर्ड्स को लेकर जा रही है। ये देखिए, इंजर्ड्स को यहाँ पर लेकर जाया जा रहा है। 2 महिलाएं घायल हुई हैं और एक बच्चे को मामूली तौर पर चोटें जो हैं वो आई हैं। अब भारतीय सेना की एम्बुलेंस में डालकर जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस के जवान जो है वो उन्हें यहाँ पर रेस्क्यू कर रहे हैं।
Yet another incident of Stampede was reported from Guntur, where the TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu was the chief guest here. Well, it was a program of a foundation. This is the very ground, and there was a huge cry over the gifts being distributed at the back end, and this is the very place where a lot of movement, and that is why we see that 3 people have lost their life, and also at the same time several others are said to be injured and they are undergoing treatment at the hospital.
Right now we are in the Dangri village where the cordon and the search operations are on, where the terrorists have taken away the lives of 4 Hindu civilians after identifying them via their ID cards, and intensified searches are underway. Those terrorists, the security forces are trying to identify at an earliest and also to neutralize them. The Indian Army has been deployed in every nook and the corner of the area.
were Chanda Kochar and Venugopal Doot acting alone? Was Videocon the only company and Chanda Kochar the only banker who took advantage of the culture during the Congress government? Were the money of poor Indians locked in banks, backed by government-issued licenses and government backing and government trust? In effect, people's money was swindled by business houses with political links who were fronts for extracting the money either out of India or into the hands of corrupt politicians and corrupt business houses and corrupt business persons. Without political patronage, such corruption cannot happen. When we investigate at Republic, either SSR or such financial scams, the corrupt and those guilty fight us back. With your support, we at Republic will fight back harder and we will beat them. Ladies and gentlemen, the whistleblower in this big financial scam is live with me at 10 o'clock tonight.
Welcome. You are watching live and breaking on Republic TV. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. In fact, we're now getting an update on the gruesome killing of the 20-year-old in the national capital that has shocked the entire nation. Republic TV has learned that during custodial interrogation, the accused confessed that they were drunk. Sources seem to suggest that the driver felt that there was something stuck in the undercarriage, but others encouraged him to keep driving. Furthermore, the police have also detained some other boys for questioning who were seen with the girls at the hotel. Now, these boys had a separate room booked and the hotel staff saw them talking to the 20-year-old who unfortunately lost her life. So, new details now seem to be emerging in this case. Anuj has more details. Also, Tanisha joining us. I think she has the latest details now. Tanisha, we are now learning that during custodial interrogation of these accused, they have confessed that they were drunk, and the driver seems to suggest that he figured that there was something stuck on the undercarriage of the car, but continued to drive. Why is that?
Right, Nupur, big leads coming in the case right now where the accused have confessed that they were intoxicated. However, the blood samples that have been sent for testing are yet to come out. Because remember, we totally cannot trust the accused because they have been giving
I think we were trying to cut across to some live reactions that we are getting. Tanisha, I'm afraid we had to interrupt you there, but if you could just continue what you were saying.
Right, Nupur. So we have contradictory versions. Now there are three people in the case, the three organizations that are that are playing a very crucial role. Number one is the eyewitness, number second is the cops, and now we have the accused, where all of their versions are contradictory to each other. None of them match because the accused have said that they were drunk, and that they were on loud music. The loud music was playing inside the car, and the windows were rolled up. Whereas when you talk about the eyewitness has contradicted the statement and said the loud music was not playing in the car and the windows were not rolled up. Also, the pace of the car is the question here, because if it is a simple hit and run case, the car would have moved at a very fast pace, which was not the case as was said by the eyewitness. The eyewitness said that the car was taking turns, U-turns, when they approached that area, that 14-kilometer stretch, remember, and it was moving at a normal pace. So now the family has been alleging that it is a foul play, that the cops are trying to hide something, and that is it is not a mere case of hit and run, but the case of sexual assault. Now another angle that is coming to fore is about the friend of the victim. The friend of the victim who was spotted in the CCTV. Right now we are at that very location, that very hotel where the girl was spotted, the victim was spotted with her friend in the CCTV. This is the Soham Hotel where they registered themselves. But the big question mark comes in where the cops did not try to find this out, and it had been 48 hours, 2 days later. the cops have now revealed that it is a second girl that is coming into the picture. But why was this not investigated on day one? It is also learned that this victim's friend phone call details are under the scanner, because what we're getting to know is that the receptionist of this very hotel has confirmed to Republic that there were few men who had come to visit the two girls, and now it is not established yet if those men were the accused or not. Will be much awaited to know. Postmortem is another thing, Nupur, which is really crucial in the case, which will be out by 1 p.m. today.
All right. Tanisha, of course, is bringing us all these details. Let's quickly also get in a word from Anuj, who's reporting on this. Anuj, I wanted to ask you, but, even as all these new leads now seem to be coming, the fact of the matter is that there is a lot that the police seemed to have ignored when this crime was actually uncovered for the first time.
Well, exactly. There are many questions which also need to be answered till now, which are not answered, because it was the police PCR who got the call, and the witness himself has made it clear on Republic that yes, he made the call to the PCR, but there was no alertness. Why there was a delay is the bigger question. At this point in time, the interrogation is going on. Investigation, I beg your pardon, is going on. And there now the dots has been connected, and the police is trying to connect the dots that what exactly would have happened, because one more girl is now coming in picture, and this also comes in light after 24 hours. Rather, this was something which is the part of the investigation, that from where this girl was coming, what was the route that she has taken, but this is also happening after 24 hours. So is there anything what police is trying to hide? Is there anything that police is just trying to control the damage? Because police there was getting the call by not only one eyewitness, but the two are there, and delivery men had also made it clear that yes, he also informed the police personnel, but no action was taken. So this is the bigger question at this point in time, that what exactly was the delay and why there was any kind of delay. And this was the night of 31st December when advisory was already given by the Delhi police, and the police was already on alert, and then too this thing happened. So this is something which is clearly showing the lapses. But we are waiting for the postmortem report at this point in time. The family is already there, and what we have been told that this is going to be any moment from now when this is expected that postmortem report can come out. And this is going to make many more things clear, because something what has been alleged by the family is that there is a sexual harassment. So we are just waiting for that postmortem report to get it more clear that what would have been the condition, what exactly would have happened, because what has been stated that it was for around 12 to 13 kilometers when the girl was dragged under the car. So that is something which is going to be cleared by that postmortem report. We are still waiting for that, and it is going to play the most important role now. Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely. Tanisha, I wanted to come back to you now. Tanisha, it's been almost 2 days since this crime was committed, and with every passing hour, new details seem to emerge. For instance, you were telling us that the men were drunk. They've now confessed that. That's according to the police. The other side of the story also, of course, is the fact that a new girl has now emerged. She's seen in those CCTV footage pictures that have been accessed by Republic TV. But all of this, in a sense, seems to take away from the fact that there was a lot that the Delhi police could have done on that night to A, stop this crime from happening, and B, perhaps, better investigation could have led to facts being cleared earlier.
Rightly said, Nupur. Let's have a look at two situations here. Number one, the sequence of events. 7:30 is when we are getting to know that the victim and her friend entered this very hotel. Then around 12 a.m. at night is when the girl and the victim and her friend left the hotel. They left for Khanjwala, and in between 1:45 a.m. is when we got another CCTV footage which reveals that they were on their way, and that the victim was then riding the scooty. 3:15 a.m. is the time when a PCR call was made. The cops did not answer. 4:15 is when another PCR call was made, and 4:30 is when the cops had turned up. And in between this stretch from Sultanpuri to Khanjwala, it is a stretch of about 14 to 15 kilometers. There are 4 police stations that stays in between. 4 police stations, and every police station has a PCR van, yet nobody bothered to note about a car dragging a human being, a 20-year-old human being. These are the lapses that are coming to the fore now. Talking about the versions that are coming to the fore, contradictory versions. Especially in the case when the special CP had addressed the media, there was no mention of any girl being accompanied by the victim. But today, when the CCTV comes out, we see another angle that is being added to the case, where there's a friend who fled the spot soon after the scooty was hit, a friend who did not call the cops soon after the scooty was hit, and a friend who is not ready to come out in the open. Now, what mystery does this friend lie? What does she know about those 2 to 3 hours, about a stretch of those 14 kilometers and 47 minutes that the incident happened, the tragic incident happened? Because remember, this woman, the friend of the victim, Niti, she has big leads coming in the case, because she will be able to tell us about what happened on the wee hours of 1st of January 2023. Nupur.
All right, Tanisha, I think is going to another site right now. So, Tanisha, thank you for the moment. I'm going to go back to Anuj on this one. Now, Anuj, as far as the police is concerned, they are in damage control mode. We're given to understand that, the special CP will now be essentially looking at the investigation in this case. So, give us more details in terms of the damage control that the police seems to be doing now.
But till now, what we are seeing is that the committee has been already formed by the Ministry of Home Affairs, which will be submitting the report by today itself, what we have been told to the Ministry of Home Affairs, because Delhi Police comes under the Home Ministry. That is also one of the major points, and Ministry itself is intervening in the matter. Yesterday, we have seen the same. On the other hand, if we talk about the investigation till now, then now we are seeing that the questioning is being done even of the friends and the people who were there at the hotel where the girl went to. So they are being also questioned, and to control the damage, now police coming out with the theory that yes, there is one more girl who was seen in the CCTV footage. So that is something where the police is investigating the matter, connecting the dots now, taking the leads ahead. Let me tell you that FSL is also working on the same. The sample has been taken. There was blood stain, what we have been told, under the car, and that also has been
just
collected.
Hold your thoughts for a minute, Anuj. I'll just come back to you. We are now getting an update that the Delhi police has written to the MHA. Do remember that the Home Minister had taken cognizance of this case. In fact, there was a special CP who's been posted to this interrogation. We'll be looking at all angles. I think Anuj has more details on this. Now, Anuj, can you take us through this latest news that we are getting of the Delhi police writing to the MHA? Is this the report that was sought?
We are waiting for if it is the report which has been already prepared, because yesterday, as you mentioned it out very clearly, that yes, it was the Home Ministry itself who has intervened and taking the cognizance of the same, that a committee should be formed. Our special CP has been already appointed for the same, and there what we have been told, this is expected that they are going to submit the report today. But something has been written to the ministry. It may be the report. We are just waiting for the confirmation whether this is the report which has been submitted, because since the moment it was given, like the responsibility was given to the special CP and the committee was constituted, since from then only the special team has started working. And that's something what we were told earlier also, that this is going to happen today itself, when the Delhi police and that particular special committee, if we talk about, is going to submit the report to the Ministry of Home Affairs. So we are just waiting for the update if it is the final report which has been already prepared by the Delhi police, or there are some other lines which has been written to the Ministry of Home Affairs. We are just waiting for the update. On the other hand, yes. As we do understand, this was the postmortem which was done yesterday only. So
yes, Anuj, you were telling us about this postmortem. Now, we are given to understand that this report should be with the family in about an hour's time. All right, I think Piyush Ori has more details on this one. Piyush, tell us more about the post-mortem report. We are hearing that the family should now have it in an hour's time.
Is that the post-mortem report is going to be given to the family at around 1 p.m. following which there is a possibility that the body of this girl will be taken to her residence, and from there it would be taken to the cremation ground where it would be finally cremated. But what we have been told right now is that it is going to be at around 1 to 2 when actually the post-mortem report is going to be given to this family. In fact, because there is very less time now which is left for this post-mortem report to be given, you can see that a lot of police officials now are coming to this area and are accompanying the family members. The family members and some relatives of this girl had already come to this place, Maulana Azad Medical.
सुल्तानपुरी की घटना में एक नया तथ्य हमारे सामने आया है, जिसके अनुसार एक जो इंसिडेंट हुआ था उस टाइम पर डिसीज्ड के साथ एक और लड़की थी, और उसके मुताबिक ये जो घटना घटी है उस टाइम पर वो थी, और उस हमारे सामने आया है जिसके अनुसार एक जो इंसिडेंट हुआ था उस टाइम पर डिसीज्ड के साथ एक और लड़की थी, और उसके मुताबिक ये जो घटना घटी है उस टाइम पर वो थी और उसको कोई इंजरी नहीं हुई थी और वो उठकर वहाँ से चली गई थी। और इस मुद्दे में हमने जो भी एफर्ट्स किए हैं कल, उसका परिणाम ये रहा कि अब हमारे पास एक इंसिडेंट की आई विटनेस है और वो पुलिस के साथ कोऑपरेट कर रही है, और इसमें अभी 164 सीआरपीसी के तहत उसकी जो स्टेटमेंट है वो रिकॉर्ड कराई जा रही है। यह दिल्ली पुलिस के लिए इस केस के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में एक सिग्निफिकेंट डेवलपमेंट है, और जो एक्यूज्ड हैं उनको एक तरह से सज़ा दिलाने में हमारे लिए महत्वपूर्ण साबित होगा। इसके अलावा इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी जारी है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी प्रारंभिक स्टेज पर है, बहुत पहलुओं पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है, और जल्दी ही दिल्ली पुलिस की ये कोशिश है कि जल्दी ही इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन को कंप्लीट कर लिया जाएगा और जो अपराधी हैं उनको सख्त से सख्त सज़ा दिलवाई जाएगी। थैंक यू।
So that was the briefing of the Delhi police, not wanting to take any questions, but this is what the police said so far. They said that they've been able to record the statement of the girl's friend who was with her when her scooty was hit. The police also claimed that this girl did not get hurt in the accident, or when the scooty was hit rather, and she left from that spot. So the police, of course, are treating her as a witness right now to this entire incident. I'm going to go back on the ground to our reporters Anuj as well as Piyush. All right, we'll go back to them in just a bit. But this, of course, was the briefing of the Delhi police. Now, do remember that there is the Delhi police, of course, investigating this, and there is also a CP who has been appointed to overlook this investigation by the Ministry of Home Affairs, who Shalini Singh, of course, should be giving out her report as well to the Ministry of Home Affairs. But several new facts have emerged since the morning. The biggest revelation, of course, has been the fact that this girl, this 20-year-old, was accompanied by another friend. The Delhi police say that she was at the time with the victim when her scooter was hit. She then left and went away. Now, images on your screen also essentially tell us that she was perhaps with her on the scooty. At least she appears to be leaving from some place where she's driving pillion with with the girl who unfortunately lost her life. Piyush Ori on the phone line. Now, Piyush, the police over there confirming that this girl is now being treated as a witness. She was a friend who was accompanying her, the 20-year-old who lost her life.
Yeah. So you rightly mentioned that yes, there has been a very vital twist which has come in this case, wherein the Delhi police has now officially mentioned that there was another girl with this 20-year-old who unfortunately lost her life in very mysterious circumstances. Now, what is the role of this girl? Did she see something wrong, something bad happening to this 20-year-old? Why is it that the police has revealed this image quite late? These are some very important questions that now needs to be mentioned by the Delhi police. It has been officially confirmed that this girl was there with this 20-year-old. The statement, as what we have been told, has been now recorded of this woman, but it is now going to be important to note.
All right, stay with us, Piyush. I'm going to come back to you. Let's listen into what the police have said so far.
सुल्तानपुरी की घटना में एक नया तथ्य हमारे सामने आया है, जिसके अनुसार एक जो इंसिडेंट हुआ था उस टाइम पर डिसीज्ड के साथ एक और लड़की थी और उसके मुताबिक ये जो घटना घटी है उस टाइम पर वो थी और उसको कोई इंजरी नहीं हुई थी और वो उठकर वहाँ से चली गई थी। और इस मुद्दे में हमने जो भी एफर्ट्स किए हैं कल, उसका परिणाम ये रहा कि अब हमारे पास एक इंसिडेंट की आई विटनेस है और वो पुलिस के साथ कोऑपरेट कर रही है और इसमें अभी 164 सीआरपीसी के तहत उसकी जो स्टेटमेंट है वो रिकॉर्ड कराई जा रही है। यह दिल्ली पुलिस के लिए इस केस के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में एक सिग्निफिकेंट डेवलपमेंट है और जो एक्यूज्ड हैं उनको एक तरह से सज़ा दिलाने में हमारे लिए महत्वपूर्ण साबित होगा। इसके अलावा इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी जारी है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन अभी प्रारंभिक स्टेज पर है, बहुत पहलुओं पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रहा है और जल्दी ही दिल्ली पुलिस की ये कोशिश है कि जल्दी ही इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन को कंप्लीट कर लिया जाएगा और जो अपराधी हैं उनको सख्त से सख्त सजा दिलवाई जाएगी। थैंक यू।
Piyush Mishra is also reporting on this. He now joins us. Piyush, there appear to be too many loose ends in this particular case. And, the new evidence that has emerged this morning of another girl who accompanied the 20-year-old who lost her life seemed to throw up more questions rather than answer any.
Well, it seems like Delhi police is now patting its shoulder by saying that they apprehended 5 accused in no time on the very day when the incident took place. But there are many questions, those are still unanswered. We asked from a Delhi police officer, Mr. Huda, who is special CP of Law and Order, we asked him as to why they did not have information about another girl, another woman in this entire case, why police did not look into all the CCTV angles, and now after 48 hours, another twist has come into this entire case where there is an eyewitness which has now come out. The point here is that why it took so late for Delhi police to identify that yes, there was one more girl. Why they did not have information that the victim girl had gone to a specific hotel where she booked her room, she stayed there, and then the 3 boys also came there. She also had a fight with her friend there at the hotel. There are many questions, those are still answered, which Delhi police did not answer. Sagarpreet Huda, he came here, Delhi police officer, he came here, did a press conference, he just issued a statement, did not take even one question from Republic TV. We kept on asking him about this entire case, as to why there are loopholes, why Delhi police was trying to give it a hit and run color, why sections are not being added, and also what about the postmortem report, and if postmortem report comes signaling something else, will Delhi police is going to add
Piyush, stay with us. Piyush, stay with us. We'll come back to you. But I think we've also got Lomas joining us right now, and Lomas is at the neighborhood where one of the accused lives. He's speaking to some of his neighbors. Let's listen in.
करी हमें दी कि इस तरीके से मनोज यहाँ पे रहता है। मनोज काम क्या करता था?
काम राशि दुकान है उसकी, सुल्तानपुरी में राशि दुकान है उसकी। आता था दुआ सलाम और हलवाई करता था, दिखता नहीं था यहाँ। सब रात में आके गाड़ी खड़ी होती है, यहाँ पीता था, इनसे नीचे वाला तंग करता था, लड़ाई झगड़ी करता था, बोलता था, ये चीज पता चली हमें बस।
अच्छा, मतलब आप यहाँ मनोज के
रहते नहीं है, फ्लोर हमारा है, ताला लगा है हमने, हम यहाँ रहते नहीं है।
बिल्कुल। कितने दिनों से ये गायब है मनोज?
वो 3-4 दिन तो दिखा नहीं हमने जी।
जिस दिन से घटना हुई है उसके बाद से परिवार वाले
भारी थोड़ा बहुत दिखता था बाहर, हमें कहीं दिखा नहीं बाहर। तो बाकी ये लोग
29 तारीख को दिखाई दिया, इसके बाद नहीं दिखाई दिया मेरे को ये, क्योंकि मेरे 4 दिन तो फिर मैं ससुराल चला गया था अपने, वहाँ गया हुआ था कि सासू जी खत्म हो गई, कल ही आया हूँ मैं वहाँ।
तो ये था नहीं, ये तेल में गया हुआ था, ये बाकी फूलों वाले रहते हैं,
राम राम करते थे, बहुत अच्छी तरह करते थे, बस दुआ सलाम।
हत्या हुई है तब से 3-4 दिन बाद से नहीं दिखा यहाँ पे, उसी रात की बात है, उसके बाद फिर ये 3-4 दिन दिखा नहीं है यहाँ पे।
और रात को लेट आना, 1-1:30 बजे 2 बजे, ये भी टाइम था इनका, उस दरवाजा को खटखटाना जोर जोर से। बाकी बोलते अच्छे थे सबसे, राम राम दुआ सलाम बहुत अच्छी होती थी, बहुत।
नीचे वाले से लड़ते थे?
नहीं, पीने के बाद फिर वो सही रहता था, वो राम राम सब कुछ करता था वो सुबह, रात को फिर वो रात को पी के थोड़ा वैसे ड्रामा करता था ज्यादा।
गलत हुआ है, इंसाफ तो चाहिए, मतलब किसी की बच्ची के साथ गलत हुआ है तो
आगे बोलिए। हाँ।
गलत हुआ है, बस इंसाफ तो होना चाहिए, बस वो हम यही चाहते हैं।
12 किलोमीटर एक लड़की को घसीटते हुए लेके गए और होटल से दूरी मात्र 1.6 से 8 किलोमीटर है।
हाँ, गलत हुआ है, 100 की एक है कि गलत हुआ है, बस।
सीधी सी बात है, जैसे वो उस लड़की के साथ जो भी कुछ हुआ है, जो न्याय क्या कहते हैं कानून देगा। यहाँ पे जो भी है, जो थी आपको रिपोर्ट सारे पब्लिक ने बता दी, यहाँ के रहने वालों ने भी आपको बता रखी है। 3-4 दिन से वो गायब है, पहले अरेस्ट हो गया, 3-4 दिन जब से कांड हुआ, जब से 3-4 दिन से वो यहाँ।
कौन घर में कौन कौन थे अगर आपको मालूम हो तो?
सर मियाँ बीवी है और कौन? मियाँ बीवी है 2, और कोई नहीं है जी।
कोई रिश्तेदार इनका आसपास में?
नहीं, आसपास तो रिश्तेदार
खाली कभी आते थे, लड़के आते थे, 3-4 इसके यार दोस्त ही आते थे, और कोई नहीं आता था। यहाँ पे आना पीना खाना,
हस्बैंड वाइफ है दोनों बस, और कोई नहीं है यहाँ पे। यहाँ घर में कोई बिना परमिशन है घुस भी नहीं सकता, हस्बैंड वाइफ है दोनों बस, और कुछ नहीं।
वही लेके आता था, जब यार दोस्त लेके आता था, 2-4 जो भी आते थे, इसके ये पीना खाना ऊपर ही करते थे, और नीचे आके वही गाली गलौज पकड़ना, वैसे ही है, और कुछ नहीं है।
मतलब बिहेवियर ठीक नहीं था?
हाँ जी,
मतलब पी करके आता था?
नहीं, हरदम नहीं, कभी कुआरी पीता था वो, फिर पीने के बाद ये यहाँ बैठ जाता, कभी गाड़ी के पास, यहाँ मेरे घुसड़ मारना गेट पे, गाली गलौज करना, ऐसा था इसका। हाँ जी, और ये बाहर ये सट्टा भी चलता है, ये इसी का, ये मनोज का ही।
मतलब जुआ भी खेलता था?
सट्टा चलता है यहाँ, गेम लिखती है।
हाँ, वही जुआ, मतलब जो भी है। बाकी ये देखो, जिसके साथ गलत हुआ है न्याय पूरा मिलेगा। कानून अपना दिल्ली का बहुत अच्छा है, केजरीवाल की सरकार में है, कानून जो भी होगा ना अच्छा ही होगा। अगर
You are watching Republic TV, and new twists and turns are now emerging in the Delhi hit and run case. We'll get you more on that when we return.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Right now we are in the Dangri village where the cordon and the search operations are on, where the terrorists have taken away the lives of 4 Hindu civilians after identifying them via their ID cards, and intensified searches are underway. Those terrorists, the security forces are trying to identify at an earliest and also to neutralize them. The Indian Army has been deployed in every nook and the corner of the area.
There is a huge crowd of people who have come and they are demanding justice for Anjali. They are saying that they are not convinced by the police theory. They feel that Anjali was actually assaulted and then brutally murdered. Again, dramatic visuals being seen. The protesters have just surrounded the car. They are just banging the car of this official. So you can see that they have banged the vehicle and they have broken the windshield, and you can see the official is running away. The official is running away.
एलजी साहब इस्तीफा दो, हाथ में पोस्टर लेकर के लगातार आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, नेता और तमाम लोग जो हैं वो यहाँ पर प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। लगातार पुलिस उनको
How is it that as per the FIR, 2 of the 5 men in the car are drunk, but the police claims they don't have a medical report and so cannot be certain? It's insane what the police is saying. And we cannot and we will not let you get away with it. How can a car hit a scooter and the driver of the scooter get entangled underneath a small car and get dragged for 14 kilometers and the body of the scooter driver found without any clothes on? And which police force anywhere in the world would register this to be and claim an accident? It's no accident. But what this tells me, after 10 years, the police in the national capital has learnt nothing. But let them know tonight that we are still around and that we, the people, will challenge their malice and their falsehoods with all the force and all the conviction at our command. There is never any grey for me. It's only black or white, a good or bad, truth or falsehood. And at the start of this year, I call upon all of you, my fellow citizens, respond as you did when I called on you to speak out during Nirbhaya. Justice has to be delivered. This has to be made a case in point. Justice for Delhi's daughter, punishment for those who dared to cover up, punishment for them.
Welcome back, viewers. Straight away cutting across to these exclusive visuals, in fact, that we are putting out on your screens from Chandigarh, where in fact we have seen that the BDS or the bomb disposal squad in fact has reached the spot, where in fact we had seen the kind of the live bomb in fact that had been found near the Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Man's residence there in Chandigarh. And once again we see that the bomb disposal squad that has reached at the place where in fact, they are also carrying out their investigation. Amandeep, my colleague, I believe, is joining me on the broadcast from the spot as well. Amandeep, it's over to you. Please speak to us about these visuals that we're getting in from Chandigarh now.
Well, Priyanka, now bomb squad team of Indian Army is now dealing with the operations, and in fact they have lifted the bomb. I request my camera person to kindly show you the visuals, but all is happening presently at the spot just because they are using the robotic machine to lift the shell, and they have changed the place so that at least it has to be at a distance from the civilian area. Just because, Priyanka, the bomb was spotted just 50 meters from the road where high vehicle movement is always remain, and in fact now they have lifted the shell with the help of robot, and in fact one person in bomb disposable suit, he is guiding the direction where to place this shell, and even that will be disposed of with the controlled explosion. This will how the entire exercise will take place, and now they are searching the area. If you can see the visuals, a team of Indian Army is searching the area, and with the help of robot they are placing this shell, and they are digging out the ground and put that shell into the ground so that at least after that a controlled explosion can be done. This is how this entire exercise is being carried out, Priyanka. And even earlier they have done a complete investigation of this shell, that either this shell is connected to any kind of wire or is there any other explosive placed nearby this shell. That was when the end. अभी जिस तरह से ये सारी चीज आसपास और कोई भी एक्सप्लोजिव नहीं है, और ये किसी भी टेक्निकल तार से कनेक्ट नहीं है जिससे ये एक्सप्लोड किया जा सके. उसके बाद इसको मशीन से, जो रोबोटिक मशीन जो तस्वीरों में नज़र आ रही है, उससे इसको इस जगह से लिफ्ट किया गया, और लिफ्ट करने के बाद इसको एक दूर की जगह में इसको मिट्टी को डिग आउट करके उसके बीच में रखा गया, और वहाँ पे इसका कंट्रोल्ड एक्सप्लोजन होगा, क्योंकि ये एक बहुत सेंसिटिव एरिया है जहाँ पे सिविलियंस भी हैं, और लगभग 500 मीटर की दूरी पे पंजाब और हरियाणा चीफ मिनिस्टर का हेलीपैड है और 200 मीटर की दूरी पे सीआरपीएफ का कैंप है और 800 मीटर की दूरी पे पंजाब चीफ मिनिस्टर का घर है। तो इसीलिए ये सेंसिटिव एरिया की पूरी तरह से रेकी करने के बाद, इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने के बाद इस एक्सप्लोजन को अब शेल को, अलाइव शेल को अब ये कंट्रोल्ड एक्सप्लोजन से डिफ्यूज किया जाएगा। ये इंडियन आर्मी की सारी एक्सरसाइज है और हर तरफ से जो है वो सिविलियंस का ट्रैफिक ब्लॉक करने के जो जिम्मेदारी दी गई है वो जिम्मेदारी चंडीगढ़ पुलिस की है। चंडीगढ़ पुलिस ने कल शाम को ये स्पॉट किया था जहां पे एक लोकल ने इसको यहां पे देखने के बाद तुरंत ही चंडीगढ़ पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म किया कि एक बम जैसी चीज यहां पे पड़ी हुई है और उसके बाद चंडीगढ़ पुलिस यहां पे पहुंची, जिसके बाद ये पता चला कि ये एक अलाइव शेल है। जिसके बाद पंजाब चीफ मिनिस्टर की सीएम सिक्योरिटी के इंचार्ज भी यहां पे पहुंचे इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने और अब इंडियन आर्मी फाइनल ऑपरेशन में इसको डिस्पोज ऑफ कर रही है एक कंट्रोल्ड एक्सप्लोजन के जरिए। हर तरह का जो बॉम्ब स्क्वाड है वेस्टर्न कमांड इंडियन आर्मी का, उन्होंने अपना सारा दस्ता यहाँ पे लगाया हुआ है। बॉम्ब सूट में जो इंडियन आर्मी का ऑफिसर है उसने पहले पूरी तरह से इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन की कि कितना पोटेंशियल में है इसमें, इस शेल में डैमेज करने का और कहां तक ये मार कर सकता है और क्या ये किसी भी तरह की वायर से कनेक्ट तो नहीं है जहां से एक्सप्लोड किया हो और क्या इसके आसपास कोई और भी एक्सप्लोजिव है या नहीं है। ये सारी इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, डिटेल्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो है वो इंडियन आर्मी की तरफ से की गई और जिसके बाद इसको रोबोट के जरिए से लिफ्ट करने के बाद अब एक सुरक्षित जगह पे इसको एक्सप्लोड कर दिया जाएगा। ये सारी एक्सरसाइज आप देख सकते हैं कि लाइव चल रही है और यहाँ पे इंडियन आर्मी का बॉम्ब स्क्वाड का जो यूनिट है वो भी मौजूद है। आर्मी के ऑफिसर्स ने इसकी डिटेल इन्वेस्टिगेशन की है और इसकी एक रिपोर्ट बनेगी जो रिपोर्ट बताएगी कि ये जो शेल है वो किसका है, कहां, कौन से वेपन का है, क्या आर्टिलरी वेपन का है, टैंक का है, ये सारी इन्वेस्टिगेशन बताएगी और यहां तक कैसे पहुंचा। सबसे बड़ी बात कि आखिरकार इस आइसोलेटेड एरिया में यहां तक कैसे पहुंचा। अगर ये शेल यहां तक पहुंच सकता है, जिंदा शेल, तो यहां से 500 मीटर दूर यानी कि जो हेलीपैड है पंजाब चीफ मिनिस्टर का और हरियाणा चीफ मिनिस्टर का, वहां तक भी पहुंच सकता है और सीआरपीएफ के कैंप जो सिर्फ 200 मीटर की दूरी पे है वहां तक भी पहुंच सकता है। तो ये एक डिटेल्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन का हिस्सा जो चंडीगढ़ पुलिस और पंजाब पुलिस मिलकर कर रही है, लेकिन अभी तक इंडियन आर्मी जो है इसको डिस्पोज ऑफ करने की एक्सरसाइज में लगी हुई है। चंद ही मिनटों में, कुछ ही मिनटों में इसको कंट्रोल्ड एक्सप्लोजन जो है उससे इसको डिस्पोज ऑफ किया जाएगा क्योंकि इसकी जो कंट्रोल्ड एक्सप्लोजन की तार और इसके ऊपर एक और एक्सप्लोजन लगाया जाएगा, एक्सप्लोजिव लगाया जाएगा। एक्सप्लोजिव लगाने के बाद जो इंडियन आर्मी है वो इसे ट्रिगर करेगी। इसी तरह से ये एक्सरसाइज कैरी आउट होएगी क्योंकि आज सुबह ही इंडियन आर्मी यहां पे पहुंची है जिन्होंने सारा स्पॉट टेक ओवर कर लिया था। डिटेल्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन ये बताएगी कि अगर ये किसी कबाड़िए को इंडियन आर्मी ने बेचा था तो आखिरकार कबाड़िए ने यहां ये ही क्यों फेंक दिया, बाकी सारा कबाड़ क्यों नहीं फेंका। और एक प्रोटोकॉल होता है जब भी इंडियन आर्मी अपने जो मिसफायर्ड एक्सप्लोजिव्स होते हैं, शेल्स होते हैं, बॉम्ब्स होते हैं, उनको जब वो एक कबाड़िए को, जंक बायर को देते हैं तो एक प्रोटोकॉल कहा जाता है उसको फॉलो करने के लिए, लेकिन वो फॉलो नहीं किया गया। इसी वजह से इतना पैनिक कल से लेके आज तक हुआ है और वो भी बिल्कुल 800 मीटर की दूरी पे पंजाब चीफ मिनिस्टर के घर से। और यहाँ पे तस्वीरों में आप देख सकते हैं कि कैसे इंडियन आर्मी का बॉम्ब स्क्वाड दस्ता जो है उसको कल ही कॉल कर दिया गया था और ये सारा का सारा एरिया सील कर दिया गया था। And after that, after sealing the area, the detailed investigation is also being conducted by the Chandigarh police and the Punjab police, and even they are also verifying the nearby CCTV cameras that who is the person who carried this shell and placed it in this isolated area. It could be placed more near to the Punjab chief minister's residence. It could be placed more near to the CRP camp, which is just at the distance of 200 meters, and even it could be more near to the helipad from where Punjab Chief Minister and Haryana Chief Minister fly their choppers. So this is a very sensitive. But so far, Indian Army has taken over the spot. They have now lifted the shell from its original place and digging out to the other place to do a controlled explosion. And even meanwhile, the entire area has been sealed by the Chandigarh police, and even a heavy deployment of the police with the fire brigades as well as the ambulance is here, and even the deployment is very much active. And In fact, the visuals are revealing that how army is carrying out their operation, and the bomb squad and from Western Command called and reach here at the spot in the morning, as they have informed yesterday itself. And even now the detailed investigation is being conducted by the Indian Army regarding the shell, that either this shell belongs to the Indian Army or this shell belongs to any other weapon used by any other person, just because Punjab is in a very sensitive situation since the RPG attacks were being reported twice in Punjab, and even the normal thing is that grenades, weapons, AK-47s, AK-56 are recovered in the Punjab and even dropped through the drones, through the Pakistani drones, in fact nearby the border areas for the weapon and drug smuggling. And at this time when this shell recovered, this obviously their primary angle of the investigation is that either this is connected with any kind of terror attack, or this is just placed by some junk buyer who usually connected with the Indian Army to purchase the junk from the Indian Army regarding the explosive and the misfired shells and the bombs. So Priyanka, very detailed investigation will be conducted, just because the sensitivity cannot be ruled out in this case. Yes.
That's true, Amandeep. And if you could also clarify for our viewers, because we were looking at all of these information that you're also putting out for our viewers, the visuals that you're also getting for our viewers, but speak to us a little bit about what the police had essentially said about this live shell that had been recovered. Because what they had also said was that this explosive was in fact put in a proofread drum and put in a ditch and covered with jute bags that was filled with sand. So was it being strategically placed with camouflage over it, or was this dropped, as you pointed out as well? Was this irresponsibly done, or was this strategically put there as well? What are really the sources telling you? Because this tube well operator is the one that had informed the authorities of this live shell also that had been found there.
Well, absolutely, Priyanka. A very important question you have raised up. And in fact, this is the tube well operator revealed to the local police that he came here to attend a call of nature. And in fact, when he spotted this shell, and in fact, in this area, Priyanka, there is no need to cover this shell with the bushes, just because if you can just identify the area, this geographical area is completely a jungle type of area, and even if you just throw anything, that will be under the bushes and you will not be able to identify it. So this is actually placed at this place, and in fact either strategically, intentionally, or it was just an irresponsibility. This is a part of investigation. So far the police is revealing that the preliminary investigation revealed that this is a kind of irresponsible, just because no specific target was nearby. Just because on one side, Priyanka, there is a civilian area belongs to Punjab, and even on the other side there is a road connected to the Chandigarh, and even no VIP area, no specific target is here to which it can be pointed. So initially the police is claiming that this is an irresponsibility from the side of junk buyer who purchased these misfired explosives from Indian Army. But this is a part of investigation, Priyanka. The theory cannot be ruled out, the sensitivity cannot be ruled out. The kind of explosive, the big question is, Priyanka, why this only shell was placed in an isolated area? Either that person has given any kind of target which he don't want to do, and that's the reason he placed this explosive at this area, just in a manner to just throw away and don't want to complete the assignment that has been given by any kind of handler to him, or it is just a pre-planned kind of activity to placing a shell in this isolated area to create the terror in Punjab and Chandigarh. Yes, Priyanka.
Well, absolutely, Amandeep. Very important details that you're breaking down over these exclusive visuals that you're also beaming for our viewers. And of course, I want to thank you for keeping us ahead on that story. We will keep coming back to you because this is an important story that is developing now, viewers, out of Chandigarh. For the moment, we move on to some news in brief. In a fresh CCTV tape access, the victim can be seen with an accomplice, and the girl was with her at the time of the accident. She suffered injuries and fled from the spot, but deceased's legs got stuck in the car, after which she was dragged. In the Delhi hit-and-run case, police is to recreate the crime scene once again. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, along with Manish Sisodia, is also likely to meet with the victim's family as new CCTV footage in Delhi hit-and-run case have emerged. Ministry of Home Affairs, under the direction of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, has sought a detailed report of the Delhi Police Commissioner. Special Commissioner in Delhi Police Shalini Singh has been asked to submit the detailed report to MHA immediately. Postmortem of the 20-year-old victim was conducted last night. The postmortem report is to be out today. Accused blood samples also sent to the FSL. Family of 5 were killed in a 6-vehicle pile-up in the Trichy-Chennai National Highway in Tamil Nadu's Cuddalore district. The vehicles in the pile-up were also 2 private buses, 2 lorries, 2 cars, and the deceased could not be identified as of now. One of the intruders was shot down by the BSF at Channa BOP at 8 a.m. in the morning. The accused had crossed the border and was shot down at 72 Battalion of BSF. Further search operations are now underway. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate and witness the entire inaugural session of the 108th Indian Science Congress through video conferencing. The theme of the event this year is Science and Technology for Sustainable Development with Women's Empowerment. Two DMK functionaries harassed a female police personnel during a DMK public meeting. In fact, after the police took action to arrest those individuals, the DMK men stopped the police from arresting them. Meanwhile, no case has been registered so far. Congress MLA Sunil Saraf has been booked for performing a celebratory firing with a pistol in the occasion of his New Year party. A video of the incident has gone viral on social media. In the viral video, a Bollywood song is being heard in the background and the MLA is seen firing a revolver from the stage. Time now here for a short break, viewers. Coming up on the other side, it's the big visit of Rajnath Singh in Arunachal after the Tabang incident. We will be bringing you updates on the other side.
Yet another incident of Stampede was reported from Guntur, where the TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu was the chief guest here. Well, it was a program of a foundation. This is the very ground, and there was a huge cry over the gifts being distributed at the back end, and this is the very place where a lot of movement, and that is why we see that 3 people have lost their life, and also at the same time several others are said to be injured and they are undergoing treatment at the hospital.
Right now we are in the Dangri village where the cordon and the search operations are on, where the terrorists have taken away the lives of 4 Hindu civilians after identifying them via their ID cards, and intensified searches are underway. Those terrorists, the security forces are trying to identify at an earliest and also to neutralize them. The Indian Army has been deployed in every nook and the corner of the area.
There is a huge crowd of people who have come and they are demanding justice for Anjali. They are saying that they are not convinced by the police theory. They feel that Anjali was actually assaulted and then brutally murdered. Again, dramatic visuals being seen. The protesters have just surrounded the car. They are just banging the car of this official. So you can see that they have banged the vehicle and they have broken the windshield. And you can see the official is running away. The official is running away.
एलजी साहब इस्तीफा दो, हाथ में पोस्टर लेकर के लगातार आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, नेता और तमाम लोग जो हैं वो यहां पर प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। लगातार
Welcome back, viewers. Straight away cutting across to some breaking updates that we are now picking up from Kerala, where the Kerala Governor Arif Mohammed Khan on Tuesday approved Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's recommendation to re-induct the CPIM leader Saji Cherian as minister. Cherian will be administered the oath of the office on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Talking to the reporters, in fact, Cherian had stated that he has not received any official communication regarding the development. The CPIM leader had resigned in July last year from the state cabinet over his alleged remarks against the constitution during the speech in Pathanamthitta district and lodging of a criminal case against him in that connection as well. Subsequently, the ruling CPIM decided on December 30th, 2022 to bring him back to the cabinet and in fact sent a letter to the governor the next day seeking his convenience for administering the oath of the office to the MLA on January 4th. In fact, the Kerala governor, who returned to the state on Monday, had stated that he needs to go through the papers related to Cherian's reinstatement into the cabinet as it was not a normal case. Let me also bring in my colleague Ashwin, who's on the ground reporting on this story. Ashwin, tell us more about the kind of statements that we are now learning from the governor's office, from the governor itself, who has stated that he has in fact just come back and he will have to go through the paperwork, but this is not a normal case, is something that the governor has said. Tell us more about this entire incident and how the entire cabinet minister in fact is going to be reinstated as well, Ashwin.
Well, initially the government had played a very hard ball, stating that he has to look into the issue as Saji Cherian is not being taken into the ministry for the very first time, and he had made an anti-constitutional speech in Pathanamthitta on July 6th, and further to which he had tendered his resignation. Now, although the Kerala Governor Arif Mohammed Khan had stated he will look into the matter, today it seems that he has relented to the advice of the Chief Minister. The exact words of the Governor Arif Mohammed Khan was that he had given his recommendation to the Chief Minister, but however, the advice of the Chief Minister is binding on him. This is the exact words which the Governor of Kerala has stated, thereby allowing the swearing-in ceremony to take place or tomorrow, that is Wednesday, at around 4 p.m. Now, the Congress has criticized the move. That is on one side, the Ramesh Charitra, senior Congress leader, has criticized the move, but the Governor has stated that he has done his role and it is up to the Chief Minister and his advice that is binding with regard to reinstating a minister under him. So clearly, the issue between the governor and government has not come again in this new year. It has not come forth. The governor has basically relented and agreed to the advice of the Chief Minister of Kerala. That is how this issue has been resolved. Now, Saji Cherian will be reinstated tomorrow at 4 p.m. and back as a minister of the cabinet in Kerala.
All right, Ashwin there getting us the details of this important story that we are tracking from Kerala. Of course, we will be tracking as far as the governor is concerned and how the latest, in fact, we have seen the statements coming in from the governor's office as well. Let's viewers play out that reaction of the governor as well first, and then we'll get you all the breaking updates.
We have a legal advisor who is senior advocate who practices in the Kerala High Court, and he's a senior advocate. But unfortunately, the media reports that legal consultant. Please don't try to lower his status. He's a senior advocate. He's a legal advisor, and we have a legal advisor so that not just on this issue, on other issues as well, we can seek legal opinion. Now, you are aware that I am coming back after about 10 days, and I was the